It's been more than a year since Palmyra voters passed a resolution to give their school district about an $8 million no-tax increase bond, which is designated to go toward renovations. The superintendent says renovations are nearing completion. The elementary school replaced the galvanized piping with copper pipes. They also removed roughly about 22,000 square feet of asbestos tile and are now in the process of replacing it. Harper says some of the biggest upgrades include taking place at the middle school.
The biggest issue at the middle school was the safety entrance, and so we have moved the office areas up to the front of that building. All of the masonry and CMU is completed there. They've completed the drywall and now they are painting. So that goes from someone being able to enter the front of that middle school building and being able to go anywhere they want to in that building without checking in with the office.
By the way, construction at both the middle and elementary schools are expected to be finished by August 11th.